Why, hello there. You may not know what this place is, but you may. This is the Community of Christ Church Campgrounds on Samish Island. Samish Island is located in Washington State, but it's not even technically an island. In 1935, farmers built a land bridge connecting it to the mainland. The campgrounds itself was founded in 1959, and today I will be taking you on a tour of this lovely place. First up is the RV and tent section. As you can see, at the moment it's quite barren, but at the prime of summer it can be filled to the brim. Up next are the brown bathrooms. Now see, that name made way more sense like 3 years ago when they were completely brown, but I digress. Next to the brown bathrooms are the laundry machines. It's where you do your laundry. Up here we have the dining hall. It's where we dine. In a hall. Because it's the dining hall. Never mind. Let's go inside. This is a great place. Where to first? Aha, the bell room, of course. This is the bell room, which houses the rope to the bell. You ring it and it rings. You pull the rope. The bell rings. The bell is mainly used for calling people to the dining hall, usually for meals or general gatherings, but it can also be used to indicate a change in the schedule, such as recreation period or rest period or something like that. Next to the bell room, we have the kitchen laundry room, mainly used for those. And these. But wait, where are we now? Why, the kitchen, of course. The kitchen is used to make the food the campers eat. Pretty self-explanatory. There's an oven, stoves, and a sink. Actually, there's like 3 sinks. Gotta keep cleaning the kitchen. There's also a huge walk-in fridge. But you shouldn't leave it open, you know, salmonella and all that. It actually can get quite chilly in the fridge. And over here is where the cooks and caretakers will often eat during meals. But wait, I hear you say, there's all these dishes, but how do they get clean? This is the dishwashing line for your trays, plates, cups, silverware, these juice cup things. There's even a bucket. You spray them with this. Oh, I was unaware that was on. But this isn't the only place dishes are washed. Over here is where bigger pots and pans are cleaned and then placed in their appropriate locations in the kitchen. Enough with the kitchen. Out here we have the main dining hall area for general gatherings and worships and presentations. And over here we have the main eating area. And while the tables are configured like this now, they get arranged many different ways for many different camps. Also here we have the ladies and the family/handicap bathroom. Next to the bathroom we have the cleaning supply closet. Now hold on, I know what you're thinking. Where's the copy machine? Right there. Downstairs we have another big room, again mainly for gatherings and worships and presentations. Don't sneak out on me like that. Anyway, over here we have another room. There's storage over there. It's also often used for crafts. It's also a creepy piano with a missing key. Don't touch it. What did I just say about leaving? Anyway, over here is the downstairs girls' bathroom. Not many people like to use it. It's a tad creepy, but I promise it's safe and perfectly good to use. In here, we have more storage, including 5 freezers used by the kitchen. We also have scooters for the elderly, if you are in need of one, and a toilet. Next door to that, we have the canteen, mainly used by family camps to sell candy. All proceeds go to the church. Finally, in the dining hall, we have the downstairs boys' bathroom, and it works just as well as the girls', I promise. Outside of the dining hall, we have the sleeping cabins. Most of the cabins look like this inside, 2 or 3 bunk beds. Sometimes there'll be extra metal beds, at least 1 electrical outlet, and they almost always have a mirror. In theory, the 4 rows of cabins should have 12 each, but that is not the case. While A row has 12 cabins, B row there's a giant rock where the fourth one should be. In the C and D row, the 11 and 12 cabins have been combined into a dorm cabin, usually used by youth camps and big families at reunions. The insides are pretty much exactly the same as the other cabins, except there's usually a few more bunk beds, there's a slightly fancier mirror, and the walls are white, if you couldn't notice. And of course there's this lovely middle section connecting the two. There's also the E cabins, which are nicer, fancier cabins, usually used by families with lots of kids or older members of the church. Inside, you'll find a larger bed. Some have nicer bunk beds like this, more electrical outlets, some nice tables like this. You also have a sink. Why? Because you have an in-cabin bathroom, as well as a shower room that you share with your connected neighbor. As I said, some of the bedrooms do not have bunk beds in them. Back over by the dining hall, we have the classroom cabins. These first two are primarily used for kindergarten and preschool-aged kids, while the four others are used for older kids and in some cases used as sleeping cabins for youth camps. Oh, what's that? You noticed that red cabin? You want to know what it is? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. This is the first aid cabin. The medic usually stays here, and if you break your leg or something, see the medic. Next to the first aid cabin, we have the green bathrooms. The green bathrooms are usually used by the youth camps because they're much closer to the end cabins. It's locked. Anyway, I'm sure you noticed the playground, and if you didn't, there's a playground. The playground is a playground used by people who want to play on the ground. Over here we have the field, used for many a thing. Capture the flag, capture the jug, capture the counselor, baseball, frisbee, and more. You also may have noticed the sports court, which was installed just last year. And it isn't used much, but when the CFC is closed, it's a great place to play basketball. And what's that? What's the CFC? I'm glad you asked. The CFC is a multi-purpose building used for gatherings, worships, presentations, a talent show sometimes, a movie sometimes, a whole lot of sports, and much, much more. The CFC used to be a barn which served the same purpose, but was torn down to build the CFC, a much more efficient version of it. As you can see, it's basically a big indoor carpeted gym. I don't think anybody actually knows what CFC stands for, but it's been used for decades, and it will be decades to come. Across from the CFC is the gazebo, which is used for, you guessed it, gatherings and worships and presentations. Moving on from the CFC and gazebo, we have the mower shed, which houses all the lawnmowers and tractors for the campgrounds, though years ago it held all the kitchen equipment. Past the mower shed, we have the labyrinth, which was made several years ago, originally with string and rope, but has since then been replaced with gravel and brick. It's used for general meditation. If you need a quiet place to go and think, it's a great place to contemplate life. Back by the classroom cabins a bit, we have an area used by almost every camp, the campfire pit. Most camps involving youth will use the fire pit at some point. It's been used for years. There's a burn ban on this year, but most of the time there's a big roaring fire down there. We use it for skits, songs, we tell stories. Either way, it's never gone unused. Up by the dining hall is another fire pit we use occasionally. Jumping back down to the campfire, you may have noticed a beautiful lake. This is the lake at Samish Island, not to be confused with Samish Island Lake. And much how the island isn't an island anymore, this didn't used to be a lake. It actually used to be a field that held a similar purpose to the field I showed earlier. But years ago, the Freestads dug it out, ran a pipe from the ocean, filled it up, and is now the lake we know and love today. At the lake, there are options to swim and canoe. I hope you enjoyed the tour. This place isn't just a campgrounds to me or my family, it's home. If you're interested in coming to any of the camps for any reason, you can find out more information, the link at the bottom of the screen. And yeah, Samish welcomes all.
Choo choo.